Hello my friends, are you ready for game day number 10? Then let's have a look at my best predictions and the best eckers in the world after this intro.
Radek Vegas, there's no better.
Before we start, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to this channel that you don't miss any of my picks. Thanks for your support, buddy. Yes, and first of all, because I am the only YouTube channel which is first of all profitable and second of all honest and tracks his record and records of others, because I know how good I am, and that's why I can show my stats and no other channel is able to show their stats in the long run, because they're not profitable and this would hurt their image in YouTube. So let's have a look at my records of game day number 9. And this happened. I lost my both eckers and all of my 4 single bets were losers. Haha, what a loser I am, huh? And I tell you more, it was the 3rd game day in a row when I was not profitable. But anyway, I'm profitable in the long run, as you can see. In this comparison, I made 16 eckers altogether in 9 game days and I won 5 of them, which made me an ecker profit of almost 15 units. And if you would have played my ecker bets as single bets, I won 20 out of 37, which made me profits of 5.23, because I only play high odds, which is enough to only win 20 out of 37 to make profit. And I was profitable on 5 of 9 game days and I made a profit of 20 units altogether so far in this season. Comparing this with another YouTube channel about the Bundesliga, which has 9 eckers and didn't win any and made 9 units loss in eckers, and if you would have played his single bets in which he put in eckers, you also would have made profit, would have made loss of 1.2. He had 0 profitable days and a loss of 10 units after 9 game days, which is a difference of 30 units after only 9 game days. So let's see if we can strike back on game day number 10 and win an ecker again. First game on Friday night, Darmstadt versus Bochum, and both of them are really not good in the standings. Darmstadt lost their last game against Bayern Munich 8-0. Bochum also had a game against Bayern Munich losing 7-0, and both are among the worst teams in the league. But anyway, I think Bochum might be a little bit better. While Darmstadt has a kind of a home advantage. The last results of Bochum were not that bad. They made 1 point against Mainz, they only lost 2-1 at Freiburg, and they managed to take 1 point at Leipzig at the 0-0. On the other hand, Darmstadt had 2 winnings in beginning of October, but then they lost their last 2 games against Bayern Munich and Leipzig. Okay, you can lose against them, but this was really a spectacular game, as the first half was a 0-0 and the second half was 8-0 for Bayern Munich. Ridiculous. Anyway, I don't see Darmstadt as a better team and I don't think they are really favorite here. It's a clear draw, 3.6, or even with a little bit of advantage for the higher odds of Bochum, you get 2.1 on draw no bet in this game. Let's continue on the Saturday games. Cologne versus Augsburg. Augsburg has a new coach with Czech for 2 games now, and both games under the new coach were winners. And Cologne won a game 2 game days ago, their first and only victory in the Bundesliga in this season so far, but then lost 6-0 at Leipzig, and they lost in the cup game at second league team Kaiserslautern. So really trouble for Cologne still. And a small to big difference between Cologne only having 4 points and Augsburg having 11 points. And scoring 11 goals more in only 9 games. So I don't think Cologne deserves these lower odds. I would say this should be changed, and you can't bet on Cologne no matter what at this situation after everything we know. There's a really attractive Augsburg odd, and draw no bet on Augsburg has odds of 2.10, and I really like that. Union Berlin versus Frankfurt. Union Berlin has trouble because they lost now in the cup game against Stuttgart. They lost in the Bundesliga. They lost in the Champions League. Losers. And then we have Frankfurt with a really good game with a 3-3 against Dortmund and a win in the league against Hoffenheim, which is 6th in the standing. So Frankfurt on spot 7 is doing well, only 1 loss and 9 goals conceded, 3rd best defense after Bayern, Leipzig combined and Leverkusen. And then you have Union Berlin only winning 2 games and having 7 losses. Only Cologne also has 7 losses, the worst teams in the league and one of the best teams in the league against each other. And who's the favorite? Not Frankfurt, Union Berlin. This does not make any sense, as Union Berlin has not won a game in 10 games now or so. And why are they favorite against Frankfurt? This makes absolutely no sense. I understand and I really like Union Berlin that they will make some points someday, and even they might win again against Frankfurt. They have the quality to prove that, but you can't bet on them as they were so pure in the last games. And on the other hand, Frankfurt is not a bad team. They are hard to beat, so draw no bet on Frankfurt with odds of 2.0 are really good. Mainz versus Leipzig, very low odds on Mainz, I think, as Leipzig is the way better team and Mainz is last in the standings. They are with Bochum the only teams which never won a game in 9 in this season, only scored 9 goals, managed to collect 3 points out of 3 draws. But we see a little bit of an uptrend here as Mainz made 2 draws in the last games and made a good game against Bayern Munich, where they only lost with 1-3 and they even scored a goal. Compare this with Bochum or Darmstadt, who lost with 7 or 8 goals to 0 against Bayern Munich. So I think Mainz is better than spot 18, but still not good enough to consider betting on them against Leipzig. On the other hand, Leipzig odds are 1.6. Could be a little bit too low, as for sure I expect Leipzig to win. But if I bet on a team, I want a good reward for that, and this 1.6 is not good enough. Freiburg versus Mönchengladbach. Freiburg favorite with 2.0. I always say that if Freiburg is a favorite in a game, don't bet on them, as this is no value at all. Freiburg did the best out of their situation, but be aware they only scored 10 goals. This is really bad compared with a lot of other teams here around them. Only Mainz, Cologne and Bochum scored less goals than Freiburg. Anyway, they are favorite here against Mönchengladbach, which I really don't think so. I don't trust Mönchengladbach to make 3 points here, but I think they are always able to surprise, and they can make at least 1 point at Freiburg. So I won't bet on Gladbach and I won't bet on the small odds of Freiburg. So the only option is betting on a draw, because you get 4.0 on a draw, and these are reasonable odds to put a small amount of money on it, or just don't bet if the odds are bad, so you don't lose in the long run. Leverkusen is at Hoffenheim and has also very low odds, but Hoffenheim is, kind of dangerous, as they proved in the last game, and they were able to beat Stuttgart on the last game day, and they have to play now at the moment in the cup game against Dortmund. Really tough game, so I don't like the Leverkusen odds. I don't want to bet against Leverkusen because they have a run, they are the leader, and Hoffenheim has a game against Dortmund. So difficult to say. Best thing to do here also not to bet. And if this is too boring for you and you think I don't have a clue because I don't waste my money on every stupid game, then believe that, but be honest to yourself. How much money do you make in sports betting, and why do you watch a dude like me in a YouTube video and waste your time with bad tips of me? So go away, and all others who believe that it's the best not to bet on every game, let's continue with this interesting game between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. Here again we have Bayern Munich as a favorite, 1.7, kind of low odds for Bayern Munich, and Dortmund has not lost one game in this season. Bayern made 2 draws and both were against teams in the best spots with Leverkusen and Leipzig. So yeah, for sure Dortmund also at home is really hard to beat, even for Bayern Munich. But still, I think there were really less Dortmund games which were really good, and you hardly find a good Dortmund game in these, no matter that they made a lot of winners and they collected a lot of points. I was not really impressed by Dortmund. But on the other hand, Bayern Munich is getting better and better. And one funny fact is that Bayern Munich scored 34 goals and Dortmund scored 20 goals. But the 2 Bayern players, Harry Kane and Leroy Sané, both together have 20 goals as well. 2 players of Bayern Munich have as much goals as complete Dortmund team. Funny fact, but is this worth to bet on Bayern Munich with odds of 1.7 against also strong team at the moment? I won't do so, and same explanation as in the other games. If you got low favorite odds, don't bet on the favorite. But if you think the favorite anyway wins, don't bet on the other side. So we can't do anything here. If we want to be profitable, we have to choose higher odds and most important, ensure the draw with a draw no bet or double chance. And we don't get really good odds on double chance or draw no bet if we don't get odds of 2.3 or 2.4 for a 3-way winner. In this situation, we have to watch this game, we have to enjoy it, we have to hope that Bayern Munich has to struggle, that it's more interesting in the Bundesliga for the rest of the season. But at the end, to be honest, I think Bayern will win this game, or maybe it's a draw, but I won't put money on it. On Sunday we have Wolfsburg versus Bremen. Wolfsburg also favorite with low odds, and Bremen was able to collect some points out of their situation. They lost 3 games in a row, but then they were able to win against Union Berlin, and also they made a lot of points for their situation, as they are one of the worst teams in the league, but 9 points are really good for them. Sure, I expect Wolfsburg to win. Wolfsburg had a cup game against Leipzig and they were able to beat Leipzig also after 3 losers in a row. So Wolfsburg should be a little bit tired, but also the better team at the end. But it's not worth to bet on Wolfsburg. It's also no consideration betting on Werder Bremen. So again, no bet here. And the last game, same situation. You see a low odd on a favorite team like Stuttgart, but you can't bet on them. You can for sure do it, but you won't make a lot of money after 10 or 20 or 100 games. And that's why, don't consider betting on low odds. On the other hand, betting against Stuttgart and on Heidenheim also is no option. So again, no really value game here, and we have to just skip that and go to the Eckers. And I have two Eckers on this game day. Asian Handicap 0 combined with Frankfurt Asian Handicap 0 at Union Berlin, with Augsburg Asian Handicap 0 at Cologne, and the second Ecker is the same combination, only with Asian Handicap -1, which means if they win with 2 goals in advantage, we have odds of almost 25 in only 2 games. And if they win with 1 goal in advantage, we get the money back in this Ecker. And if there's a draw, we lose this risky Asian Handicap -1 Ecker. But at draws, we get the money back in the first Ecker. If the other teams, Union Berlin and Cologne, win, then we lose, but we would lose anyway if there is a surprise. But I don't bet on surprises, I bet on a regular situation, and so if this is a winner, we cash out a lot of money, and if not, I don't care, as I'm way into profit, and I hope you are too, following my advices. And have a good one, and like and subscribe to this channel if you are no subscriber so far. Thanks for watching. Before we start, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to this channel that you don't miss any of my picks. Thanks for your support, buddy.